Ladies and gentlemen, let's for a Gaming Telecom video. Let us discuss a recent report concerning PC gaming hardware. So currently, the market is reported to be worth 21.5 billion. Yet, it is reported to be growing and will do so significantly for at least the next 3 years. So this report comes to us from John Peddy. I'm going to spell that out to you guys. JONPEDD. IE, actually, yeah, IE research, and basically speaking, despite not all of the report being 100% clear, it does actually state computers, upgrades, and peripherals used for gaming. What is clear is that the next generation of consoles hasn't really made much of an impact on the momentum of PC. In fact, if anything, it seems that the demand is actually growing. And what's actually weird, and I quote, they say, "We continue to see a shift in casual console customers moving to mobile. While this is also occurring to the lower-end PC gaming world, more money is being directed to the mid and high-range builds and upgrades by gamers." And he described them as committed PC gamers. And they're almost considered to be like power users. And another quote was, "with maximum horsepower at their disposal in desktop ergonomic environments." And indeed, as I mentioned, it's going to be worth at least 23 billion by 2017. This is driven by multiple different reasons. In fact, one of them is the, well, resolutions that PCs can play compared to, say, a console. John Peddy actually mentions, and I quote, that 4K is already a reality for the highest end systems, but right now mid-range machines can push like 2560 by 1440, well beyond the 1080p resolution that consoles can generally offer. So what does that mean? Well, pretty much what we've been saying for a while now. If you're a very casual gamer, and I mean pretty damn casual, you're probably going to be fairly satiated with mobile. And what's really interesting is that we've already been hearing this coming into Japan. That's one of the reasons that console sales over in Japan, for example, have started to stagnate some. On the other hand, for those of us who are looking for like the best graphics possible, the PC is definitely the way forward to consume the media. Now, was that a slight against consoles? No, the consoles definitely have their bonuses. They are definitely the easier way to game. And sometimes it is a bit of a pain in the butt. For example, just yesterday, I think it was, I was about to play Titanfall on the PC. Loaded it up, I've had absolutely no problem every other time, and AVG decided, hey, this application's a virus. Okay. Didn't actually know that. Considering every other time it's been fine, it was simply because of an update, a quick little thing, and it was sorted. Unfortunately, not everyone wants to go through that, even despite the fact it took me literally 30 seconds to fix. You know, some people still want the hassle-free gaming, unfortunately, and this has been not exactly new for this generation of consoles, but it's definitely becoming more prolific, and that is updates and issues surrounding them. Day one issues, for example, patches, bugs, and so on, definitely becoming a lot more popular and a lot more widespread for gaming on these next generation consoles. Back in the day, you know, even the PS2, for example, it's a very solid argument that you would just pop the disc in, done. That was it. And even the original Xbox, even the 360 to a degree, like when the Xbox 360 first launched, there were patches and updates, but it wasn't so bad. Now, to be honest, and my personal opinion, and this isn't just my own personal opinion actually, to be honest, it's also opinion of a couple of other people I know who've started to switch to PC gaming, it's actually pretty damn easy. Even for non-power users now. You've got applications like well, both AMD and Nvidia have their own little apps which automatically set the game up for the resolution and so on for you. If you don't know anything about it, you can just choose it to automatically configure. You've now got support for ludicrously high resolutions. You've got mods to improve the graphics even further, so should you so wish, and so on and so on. So it's not like PC gaming is perfect, but for power users especially, because there are a lot of people that need high-end rigs. If you're a web designer, if you're a graphic artist, if you're a video editor, any of those type of things, and there are other examples as well, but audio editing, for example, tons of other examples, but whatever, you need a high-spec rig. You might not need a really great GPU. For example, for audio editing, you don't need like an amazing GPU, but certainly speaking, then it becomes a bit arguable that it doesn't really add that much to the cost, at least compared to the rest of the system, to simply add in a GPU, and even a mid-range system now, one that's capable of destroying 1080p, doesn't cost that much cash. One of the more expensive parts is the GPU. It, generally speaking, especially in like the lower performance ranges, a GPU is pretty much gonna eat up the same amount of budget as like a CPU and motherboard, or CPU, motherboard and RAM in some cases. And to be honest, even now, you can get like the R9 280 or the GTX 760, which I've just reviewed, and in those cases, 1080p not a problem. You know, you could be playing like FIFA, for example, at 70 frames a second at 1080p with everything turned up to the highest, looks better than next generation consoles, runs at much higher frame rate, and so on and so on and so on. And the GPU costs, well, about 160, 180 pounds in some cases. So you could definitely start getting that performance benefit. Plus, to be honest, a lot of the time, it's nice to have that extra performance to throw around to do other things with, if you are one of those users that is power orientated. So this isn't a, you know, consoles are being dominated by PC or any of that foolishness. It's just to say that, you know what, it's great because consoles are doing well, like the PlayStation 4 is selling well, the Xbox One is selling well, and you know what, the PC's doing well. And you know why that pleases me? Because I'm a gamer. And therefore, it's great when everything does well, because it gives you as a customer choice. It's not a good thing if, for example, just a pure example, the Xbox One failed and the PC failed and the Wii U failed and the PlayStation 4 was the only thing that did well. That would suck for us as customers. Not only would it mean that we'd lose great exclusives, most likely, we'd lose innovation, but also it would just be pretty crappy, not very interesting, I don't think. Anyway, hopefully you've enjoyed the video. I'll see you soon, take care, and bye for now.